Not a ball bowled in Florida, but amid the pouring rain, it's a watershed moment for cricket in the United States of America. The USA, playing at a Men's World Cup for the first time, are through to the Super 8s of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup after their game against Ireland in Lauderhill was washed out. That means they go to 5 points, which cannot be bettered by either Ireland or Canada, or most importantly, Pakistan. We look back on no game to look back on, but such a significant outcome on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watch Show with Niall O'Brien, who was in Lauderhill, hoping against hope that there's no rain. But rain winning this battle, Niall, but a hugely significant moment for USA. Just explain to our viewers how significant it is, not just for the US, but also for cricket at large.
Yeah, it's a massive, massive moment. And it's kind of one of those moments, in a weird way, being an Irishman, I was still very glad to be there. So, growing the game, 20-team World Cup, let's expand, let's bring the game to new markets. There's definite interest in cricket in the United States. I've seen it everywhere I've gone, whether you're out for coffee or out for lunch or out for dinner, people are coming up asking about cricket in the United States. So it's a huge, huge moment for all the players, all the fans who have traveled and they're passionate. But most importantly, I think for the next generation or even the generation after that, that may well just love with cricket, get to find a local club in their area, understand what it is to be a cricketer, understand that actually you can mix it with the best on the world stage as a cricketer from the United States. So it's a massively important moment, and they deserved it. As we've spoken numerous times over the last 2 weeks, the USA have been the second best team in this group, and they deserve to go through. And their players, they're going to the next stage, and they are right up for it as well. They've got it's just a great time. I've been in a similar position as an Ireland player, in the 2007 World Cup here in the Caribbean. And it's a moment you live every moment. You just love it, you enjoy it, and you just don't want it to end. So they've got another couple of weeks of fun ahead of them.
Important you point out that bit about how deserving they are, because oftentimes when rain influences the final few games of a group stage and decides who goes through, there can be the questions of, rain decided the course of this. But it's important to point out that rain did not dictate the course of this group. USA beating Pakistan was much more significant, and perhaps why they are worthy qualifiers from the group.
Yeah, 100%. And their victory over Pakistan, it shook the world. And being in this part of the world when it happened, everyone just kind of stood up and took note. And I think it just it got the World Cup going beautifully. All of a sudden, USA co-host, turning over the might of Pakistan, and then obviously playing some good cricket after that. Beating Canada, which could have been, that Canada game, obviously, which set the tournament up, was a beautiful game, and USA prevailing in that game as well. And then they played well against India. They put down a catch here or there. They could have taken that game against India right up to the death. So they've just been a superb side. The bowling's been excellent. I think they're very well led on the pitch. And also the coach, Stuart Law. I think Stuart Law deserves a lot of attention and a lot of credit, because he only took this job, 4 weeks ago? And they turned over Bangladesh 2-1 on home soil. And now look at them. It's just long may it continue. That's all I can say.
Yes, and now they have a flight to the Caribbean to look forward to. So many would have thought, okay, fine, we'll play some games in New York, one in Florida, and that might be that. But now they go there. They go up against the likes of West Indies and South Africa in the Super 8s. It's going to be such a big deal for them.
Yeah, I think the West Indies, the two host nations going head to head in the Caribbean is going to be brilliant. And just in the restaurant in the hotel last night, a gentleman from Baltimore had flown to watch the game, and the last time it was at Lauderhill was Ireland against the USA. It was also cancelled. So I just said to him, listen, if tomorrow's cancelled, you get yourself on a flight to the Caribbean, because you're playing the West Indies if you get through. So I'm sure there's going to be strong support for the USA. They've had good support all the way through. Even today, when we all kind of knew the conditions were pretty damp and the weather was going to be poor and chances of play was slim, there was still a good smattering of USA fans in all shapes and sizes and all different costumes. It's a bit like the Ryder Cup of golf.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting. वॉचो ऐप में देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
Watch